Perfect. Thank you so much for still keeping it KBC Channel 1. You are watching Good Morning Kenya. Now, our second conversation will focus on matters of education. Now, we are going to look at how Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology is scaling research, youth potential, and enterprise. Their graduation, 46 graduation, is coming up tomorrow. So before even that happens, because students are looking forward to finishing this phase of their education, how are they going to enter the job market? For that conversation, I'm joined by Professor Daniel Sila, who is a principal, College of Agriculture and Natural Resources. Welcome to Good Morning Kenya.
Thank you very much, Mike.
And also Dr. Rehema Ndeda, who is a lecturer, Department of Mechatronic Engineering. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much. And
also Professor Hiram Ndirito, Principal, College of Engineering and Technology. Karibu sana, and thank you for making time.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes. Now let's get into the conversation right away, and I will start with you, Sila, and this regards training and academic alignment. Yeah. Now, you know, employers frequently, usually they cite a mismatch between university curricula and marketplace needs.
Yep.
Now, how has your university now updated its technical technical programs to ensure that the class of 2026 enters the job market with the practical and day one skills? And when we talk about day one skills, what are we talking about?
Yeah, thank you once more, Mike. I want firstly to say JKUAT is one of the premium universities within Kenya, and we are organized in a collegiate system. We have 5 colleges. Mm-hmm. These are the niche areas through which we train. We have the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, mm-hmm. College of Engineering and Technology, College of Pure and Applied Sciences, College of Health Sciences, and College of Human Resource Development. Mm-hmm. It's on this basis that we co-create programs and curriculum that actually addresses to the current needs of the industry. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, through our graduation, allow me on behalf of the VC to congratulate the 5,300 graduates that we expect tomorrow who are job ready. Mm-hmm. So we do this largely through co-creation of our curriculum with industry. The design of the curriculum integrates a lot of practical skill setting. Mm-hmm. When we train, our programs are actually organized in such a way that training per week as a 5-hour training session, mm-hmm. where 3 hours are dedicated for practical learning, mm-hmm. whereas the next 2 hours are for mm-hmm. theory. In addition to this, we have mandatory attachments that are organized within the university, and this is a must for all the students. Mm-hmm. This means during the second year of study, most students within campus must remain within campus for internal attachment for a minimum period of 8 weeks. Mm-hmm. In the third year, they have to go for external attachment, which exposes them to the environment of the industry, and on the 4th year, again, for engineering students. Mm-hmm. Beyond this, when you consider the College of Health Sciences, during the second year, they have community engagements that allow them actually to see what happens. And this is engagement with level 1 to level 2 hospitals, whereas from 3rd year through the 6th year, they have clinical attachments with hospitals, level 4, 5, 6, that actually gives them real life understanding of what is happening within the clinical world and the health sector. And this through mentorship and support of our doctors. Mm-hmm. So it's these programs that actually we create problem-solving students or graduates. Mm-hmm. And more recently, we have also benefited a lot from internships. Immediately after graduation, we have specific industries that request actually internship for our students. For our marine engineering students, for example, we have seafaring for about 6 months. During this period, you get certificate of conformity that allows you actually to practice. If you look at, for example, the College of Agriculture, we have the Bashav program where we send students to Israel for about 11 months. This means when they come back, actually they come back job ready. Mm-hmm. They become the next generation of entrepreneurs. And this is why we say We train both for the employment sector, but also at the same time owning up still students to be able to become the next techno entrepreneurs. Thank you.
And sending them outside country actually opens them up to different perspectives of the outside world. Professor Ndiritu, when you look at competence-based education, moving into secondary and tertiary pipelines, how is the university adapting its teaching models and assessment frameworks to, emphasize on hands-on problem solving over traditional exam-based testing?
Thank you, Mike, for having us here in this show, morning show.
Karibu sana.
It gives us a chance as JKUAT to demonstrate what we are doing to our graduates so that they are ready for the market. And coming back to your question, thank you again for this question. CBET is here with us. As you have mentioned, we are expecting our CBE students to come in 2009. And we have to embrace it as a university. And what are we doing so that we can...
2029.
2029,
yes.
Sorry for that. And thank you for the correction. Also to mention that besides the collegiate system, as a university, we are also globally organized into divisions. And the divisions are mainly academic affairs, the division of research, production, and extension, and also the division of administration and finance that deals with human resource. For the division of academic affairs, we have the Deputy Vice Chancellor, our Professor Kenya, who has championed the staff training so that we are ready for CBE students. So the first cohort of CBET champions were trained in 2025 last year, and their work is mainly to mentor other colleagues so that they are ready for conversion, alignment of curriculums, so that we are ready to ensure that our lecturers embrace learner-centered training as opposed to teacher-centered training. And we are also undertaking curriculum reforms, alignment, so that we are ready for the CBE students. How are we doing this? We have gone through a series of training, working with stakeholders. For example, the Commission for University Education, that is developing guidelines and frameworks that will help us align our curriculums adequately so that we are ready for CBE. But also to mention that our training, basically at JKUAT, if you consider health training, it's more competence-based. Architecture, competence-based. Engineering also, agriculture, what we carry out in terms of practical training, like what has been mentioned by my colleague, is more of competence-based. But how do we enhance it as we prepare for these learners so that we can make them feel that they are the right, they are proceeding on building their careers and they are able to solve problems as opposed to just knowing what can they do. That is the main philosophy of competence-based training. And our main focus is particularly assessment. How do we ensure our assessment is practical heavy? And that is something that we have been doing. We have a number of our units, a number of our subjects and courses ensure that we emphasize more on practicals. So the practicals that Professor mentioned, they carry a lot of weight. And now with the CBE, we shall ensure that they are even heavier. And in some cases, just like we have been having projects, we will even have more of 100% continuous assessment as it happens, for example, in architecture and also drawing for engineering and also health training. So these are some of the reforms that we are expecting to have, given that we already are close to competence-based, but how do we make our training more fully competence readiness for 2029 entry of learners. Thank you.
And you know, Professor Sila said something about sending students outside country, which now brings about the aspect of global academic partnerships. And Dr. Rehema, you know, JKUAT recently expanded practical collaborations with international partners like Vives University and JICA. How do you see these partnerships translating into tangible benefits like practical training and global exchanges for just the average student?
Thank you, Mike, for the question. We understand as JKUAT that we are training for the world. We are training so that our students, our graduates can go to the globe and they can make a difference. So for them to be able to do this, they should have that exposure to the globe, as it were. So our partnerships are directly engaging our students to be able to participate in problem solving across the world. JKUAT, from its origin, was a collaboration with the Japanese government, and they have been, and that collaboration has been successful in building up our infrastructure and also building our capacity in terms of the teaching staff and engaging also our curriculum so that it is also broad. Now, moving on to that, how does a student come and get the impact? There are a lot of exchange programs which we organize, still with organizations such as JICA. We also have organizations like Vives Africa in Belgium, where the students get to go for short-term visits. At the same time, we also have a pipeline for long-term visits where we have our postgraduate students, master's programs, and PhD across the globe. One of the examples I would mention is DAAD, where our students get to do their postgraduate studies in Germany. Now, apart from that, there's also the aspect of internship. So we have local internship, but we also would like to boost capacity. So we send our students out to different countries. Currently in engineering, we have sent a few students to Europe, and we have other students who are also in other African countries. So it's not only to the northern world, but also within Africa. So this offers us insight in terms of being able to enhance our curricula and at the same time give offerings that will enhance that practical approach. Yes, thank you.
Very important. And you know, when you mention a university, research and innovations, you cannot separate them from that. Now, you know, when it comes to research and innovations, Professor Nderitu, what mechanisms have you put in place to ensure that your university's research findings move out of academic repositories and into commercial markets as viable products?
Thank you once again, Mike, for that good questions. Good question. Our researchers usually carry out research based on funding. We have a lot of funding coming from different agencies like European Union, DAAD, JICA, and we have like over 70 projects within the university. So how do the findings from this research move from shelf again to the market, like you have asked? And there are several avenues. One, let me say that again, the division of research, production and extension carries out, oversees the research activities within the university. They also oversee community engagement through our extension department. They also carry out production role and also ensure that our innovations are commercialized. So they coordinate. There is a department that carries out coordination of innovation, production, commercialization. Again, the university has an IP management system, and we have a directorate of IP and university industry liaison, which acts as a technology and innovation support center, TISC. And what does it do? It carries out screening of research findings so that innovations by students and also researchers can be protected first. It also helps in filing the patents. As a university, we are lucky to have to be leading in terms of the number of patents. We have more than 15 patents so far, and this directorate also oversees NDAs and disclosure agreements being signed, and they also manage the IP portfolio for the university. Again, we have an IP policy within the university, very nice policy that was crafted with the support from World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO. And this is a framework that defines the ownership process and also the benefit sharing upon commercialization of these IPs. So then what avenues exist for commercialization? There's self-commercialization, so you have an IP, you can commercialize it as a researcher or a student. You can also license, you can also develop licensing agreements, and this can, the students, the researchers are assisted by this office, and you can also sell these rights. So this is an avenue that we exploit as a university, besides also having a JKUAT, Jomo Kenyatta enterprise arm, and also JKUAT industrial park arm, and this helps in further commercialization and business, market research, and also manufacturing arm of the university. These are state-owned, but also fully owned by the university. And we also have dissemination forums where our research findings are communicated through conferences. We also participate in the Nairobi Trade Fair and also different shows within the country. And we have been able to come up with a number of products. For example, our yogurt, very tasty. Professor Sira, next time we shall come with it. And we have been able to carry out quite a number of activities based on being able to identify challenges in the industry and working with the industry so that the industry can consume the findings that we come up with directly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still within that sphere of research and innovation, Daktari, securing research grants and intellectual property rights still remains a challenge, especially for young scholars. How is the university supporting researchers and students in patenting their ideas and, attracting venture funding?
As Prof. Nderitu has mentioned, we have our Directorate of Intellectual Property Liaison. And one of the things that they are key in is sensitization, because most people may have an idea, but they don't know that that idea is something that can actually earn them money. So one of the things that we have really focused on is sensitizing our students, our researchers, our staff on what is IP, what would be considered as IP, can you register this IP, and how do we do it? And so that framework leads into that. Now the second thing is securing research funding may sound as easy as that word, but it really isn't. So one of the things we have done as a university is to come up with a grants management policy. And that looks at the grant pipeline all the way from what are the grants that are available and making sure that the university community knows what grants are available, and then moving forward to what is required to write a research grant or even get venture funding. And so they do a lot of training to the staff and the students regarding these young researchers. Anyone who's within the university community gets this sort of training. And then once you have applied and you are awarded the grant, then they also support in the management of this grant. And they have actually been recognized as one of the top institutions that are supporting grant management across the universities in Kenya. So we also have within our innovation ecosystem, we have an incubation setup called J-Hub Africa. And J-Hub Africa is in contact with different venture funding sources, and they also are a pipeline towards getting funds for innovations. Yes.
Very important. And you know, when you mention JKUAT, what comes to mind is agriculture and technology, and that's actually your foundational strength, Professor Sila. Yeah. How is the university directly addressing national challenges such as climate change, food security, and renewable energy?
Thank you once more. I would say JKUAT has aligned its research agenda to the emerging issues globally. We have also listened a lot to what our government aspirations are.
Yeah.
So what we have done is that through the division of research production and extension, we have organized ourselves in such a way that we respond directly to what the government is looking for. If it's priority crops of importance for different agroecological zones, we actually carry out research to test field pilot, do field trials to really check the suitability of these crops for different agroecological zones. A good example is the banana. Almost every banana that is grown in Kenya actually almost comes from JKUAT. This is a very important impact that we have been able actually to do. Secondly, through NACOSTI, we were identified as the chair for research in manufacturing. There are two only research chairs in Kenya. And this is to stimulate manufacturing, particularly in the coconut sector. So we look at the entire value chain of coconut from production to value addition, food products, cosmetic products, textile products, and try to really make sure that the industries that are actually doing this get an edge in terms of technological innovations. Beyond this, we are working with the Ministry of Cooperatives and MSMEs really to revitalize the coffee sector. And this is through clean seedling production. A coffee seedling right now takes 2 years. But I think through tissue culture, we can actually play a big role in actually regenerating and providing coffee seedling. And this is new one where the government has actually called upon us. We also have the reference lab for food fortification in the country. I think we all eat maize flour, we all eat wheat flour, we eat edible oils and fats. This, through the Ministry of Health, have added microvitamins that are actually of public health concern. So our lab works closely with camps to check what is the level of salt iodization. We all see salt written iodized, but there is the minimum and maximum thresholds that are given. If it's zinc in wheat flour, there is the threshold that's given. So our lab actually has been funded by the EU to help the government in doing this. So we provide oversight, we train national public health officers and also government in this sector. In addition to this, we are working closely with counties like Nyandarua County to strengthen their potato productivity. Actually, for now, by working within JKUAT, we have been able to show clearly that we can move from production of 7 tons per hectare to about 35 tons per hectare, which is about a 5-fold increment in yields, which is very important for farmers. We also work with counties like Makueni. Their fruit processing plant that was actually designed and fabricated with support from different teams from JKUAT, from engineering, agriculture, and economics, really to foresee how the business plan for Makueni fruit processing plant could be done.
Hold that point. We are coming back. I'm informed we are supposed to take a commercial break. When we come back, you continue on that point. And also we shall be looking at youth empowerment and digital skills after this short break. Stay with us. Now, the 46th graduation at the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology will be happening tomorrow. So today we're looking at how the university is scaling research, youth potential, and enterprise. And before we went on a break, Professor Sila, you were talking about how the university is contributing to addressing national challenges like food security, climate change, as well as renewable energy.
So to conclude on that one, I was indicating that actually we work deliberately with national government development agenda, because national government is very important for us. They drive the research agenda for the country. But we also look at specific counties and what they are actually projecting as their mandate for the next 5 years. Based on this, we now drive our research agendas based on this. As clearly indicated that we have specific projects that target specific countries and that target also national government. And this has helped us actually to remain very relevant. We do this in terms of either consultancies or specific requests where we sign memorandum of agreements with the specific teams. But very important also, the university has been very deliberate. Seed production and seedling in food security is very important. To remain climate smart and relevant, we have established the Institute of Biotechnology Research, where a lot of development on clean seed that fit within different agroecological zones is done, including lab trials followed by pilot trials before we release them. We also look at agriculture can also produce waste. We have also established the Institute of Energy and Environmental Technology. And this is now to integrate clean energy from the waste that we generate. So kind of creating a circular economy system where whatever you consider as waste is actually raw material for the next. We have other ventures like Sajorek that actually look at conservation of environment and the related. But again, if you have value-added products, we have the Integrated Prototyping Center of Engineering that actually looks at value-added products. So this is to help actually in stimulating this. We have a Food Technology Center which looks at post-harvest handling and value addition. So we look at the entire food value chain and the impacts it would create to help. Thank you very much.
Very important. Now, let's talk about youth empowerment and digital skills, because we're living in a world where the rise of AI, automation, and also the gig economy. Now, how is the university equipping now the non-IT graduates with digital literacy and AI tools to just give them a competitive edge in the market, Dr.
Gone are the days when we can hide our heads in the sand and say AI is not with us, it is with us. So we recognize this early on, and as part of our curricula, we have engaged digital skills, digital courses embedded within our curricula, which are mandatory. So every student must do these digital courses. Now, for courses like engineering, where, for instance, AI is used as a tool, let's say, for materials measurement, or in food science, where AI is going to be used to be able to create models. So in such systems, then we also incorporating and mainstreaming it in our curricula. Now, we also recognize that there are certain skills that we are not able to embed in the curriculum directly. And for that, we typically have short courses. And in these short courses, then, we are able to engage in courses like AI or how to build apps and so on. And one example is where we have the Samsung Innovation Hub, a collaboration between JKUAT and Samsung, so that we can give these short courses on AI and upskill our students. At the same time, we have collaborations even with our international partners. We recently engaged with an international partner in Japan, University of Tokyo, who will be offering an AI course to our students and staff. So we also have recognized that everyone has to understand the role that AI is playing in our economy right now. And all the way from management moving to the staff, we are doing continuous mainstreaming in our teaching as well, so that we also use the tools in an effective manner. We also are looking at ethics. We are building our AI policy right now, and we're looking at how do we use it in a meaningful way, and how do we also protect our scholars who are coming up, so that even as they are using AI, they're using it for effective means and not for harm. Thank you, Mike.
And regarding inclusive innovation, Professor Ndiritu, it's about your university's innovation hubs. How is the university ensuring that these innovation hubs, they give equal access and participation for female innovators and marginalized groups, especially when it comes to engineering, technology, and agricultural business field?
Thank you, Mike, once again for this question. Our innovation hub, we are talking about the ideas moving from theory to practice, and then solutions that change lives. And how is our innovation hub ensuring inclusivity The good thing about our J-Hub, for example, we have both members of both gender accessing the facility. So when we talk about the staff members, we have staff from both gender. We have advisory council, which is made up of teams from both gender. I know, like, for example, the MD of Microsoft Africa Development Center is one of the members who support this Catherine Moraga. She's one of the mentors. So we have 3 members, ladies, and we have 3 gentlemen in the advisory council. Also, within the university, we have a lot of support, and I'm happy to know that Dr. Rehem is one of the mentors. So that way, we are able to encourage ladies to join, be they from within the university, students, be they from outside, because we also carry out activities, boot camps, that are very essential for our female students. We also have ensured that the facility is accessible, particularly to members who are differently abled. We have a ramp that has been established so that they can access the facility easily. Again, we also have a policy framework within the university that ensures that we are able to safeguard rights of rights and privileges of members of both gender and also those that are differently abled. So then we have activities, for example, boot camps that I mentioned. We have robotics training. Again, we have a lot of sensitization workshops. And again, the target is not only women, but even school-age students. And the goal is mainly to eliminate this element of stereotypes, cultural stereotypes, early before they come to the university. We again have activities that are multidisciplinary in nature, so that again we ensure not only people from within the university, but even international students who are members of our international community, who benefit also from J-Hub. Thank you.
Professor Sila,
Yes, sir.
when you look at the innovation ecosystem, how do industry linkages and short courses strengthen both technical training and the overall innovation ecosystem?
Yes, I think to stimulate academia industry linkage, we've actually listened to each other and tried to make our curriculum very relevant to what the industry is looking for.
Yeah.
And as I stated earlier, co-creation of curriculum with the industry is quite essential. And this is what CBE is actually also driving us to. So we need to remain very relevant, but industry is also very critical because the industry keeps on dynamically changes. The industry provides us opportunities for attachment. As we said, we need space to attach our students. The students need to get from the class to real life experiences. And this is why exposure at the attachment level is very, very important. Again, some industries have been very clear with after graduation, they are requesting deliberately for internship opportunities for a period of 1 year as they gauge whether they can employ our students. And I would say the employability levels within JKUAT is also very good for our students. We increasingly see quite a number of industries deliberately requesting for our JKUAT engineers, for example, very, very high demand. Our College of Health Sciences, very big demand for this. College of Agriculture, Computing, I think we are present in almost every sector. If you go to Safaricom, you will actually almost find a JKUAT graduate in almost everywhere you begin. And this is a deliberate effort. Work with the industry. Let the industry learn what you can do. Let's hone up the students to really deliver skills that match what the industry is doing. So to help the students to do this, we have also decided that it's very important to have industrial visits. And these are organized on semester by semester basis based on the college itself. In addition to that, we do tailored short courses specific for specific industries. If it's Isuzu Kenya, I think they come to JKUAT, work with engineering and get specific skill set that actually tailor training for mechanics. We have in-country training programs for running right now in Turkana. This is largely food processing and value addition. This is done with the support from the Department of Food Science and Technology.
Yes.
If you go to computing, again, there are a lot of hubs that are being generated. Recently, I think we had one that was alerting diabetics to actually take their drugs on time and also to eat at the right time. And these are real problems that are being solved by our students. So short courses become a very, very important tool to give people power. If you go to engineering, sometimes the people could be required to do just an additional course to become professional engineers. So we tailored trainings to help actually people who might not actually become engineers to do this. So with professional bodies and other things. So we are spot on that. But we have created an ecosystem where this can be done. And what the university has done there is largely, we have specialized labs in all our colleges. If we go to engineering, we have machining labs, we're very well equipped, foundry, 3D printers that allow the students actually to create pilots that can be tested within the industry. You come to College of Agriculture, we have 4 workshops that are actually food-based. We have a bakery and confectionery products that looks at cereals. We have a fruits and vegetable processing, a dairy section where the yogurt actually, Dr. Derek, professor was indicating.
Yes.
And also other system. Go to computing, really state-of-art labs funded by Microsoft, Samsung, Huawei, to enable our students to co-create what the industry is looking for. So we do a lot of testing work for the industry right now, and I think with AI, we have seen much more interest, and as my colleagues have said here, we have staff that have the knowledge and skills to do this. So what we do is twinning these senior staff members with people who are just graduating, and also twinning them with students to do projects that are relevant to the industry.
Relevant to the industry.
Yeah.
All right. This conversation regarding the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. Dr. Sila, you know, when you look at your institution and from where you stand, how can local governments and the private sector now better leverage your university's innovations, such as, you know, smart farming tech, engineering prototypes, to just spur enterprise and industrial growth surrounding communities, especially within the county of Kiambu and surrounding areas?
Okay. Thank you. I think, as indicated clearly, JKUAT has a very strong legacy of ensuring that we create impact within the environment we are and outside the environment. So what we did in 2023 is we tried to align our strategic plan 2023-2027 to the national government development agenda, at the bottom-up transformation agenda. So in the areas relating to food and nutrition security, the College of Agriculture actually has infrastructure and staff that actually can deliver within food security. The second pillar, which is on universal health coverage, there we have the College of Health Sciences. They are working closely with national government actually to help when issues of health come in place. They work with pharmaceutical companies. They work like COVID-19 period. Actually, all the modeling was done with support from our colleagues from statistics at College of Health Sciences. When it comes to catalyzing what the MSMEs are doing and revitalizing the manufacturing sector, we have the College of Engineering where Professor Derito sits. So again, there they bring technological innovations that catalyze change for MSMEs. We have affordable houses. This is actually under the School of Architecture and Building Sciences. Our scientists also, they are playing a very, very big role. And lastly, on digitization. I think we are in the front runners when it comes to computing and digitization, AI, cyber-related issues. And this is to mean for private sector, for communities, we are very, very ready. We have projects like what you have just discussed, the Mukulima TV, where we work with KBC, really to roll out our innovations to communities. In Turkana, I had already said that we have third country training programs that are actually paid for by JICA. Within Kiambu, we have what you call Kiambu community outreach programs, where we target the poultry industry, the dairy industry, the key sector of refertilization within Kiambu County. And we work closely with the county government of Kiambu really to do this. So with the industries also, what we actually have done is that we have proof of concepts that help them actually move to the next level. We have labs that can be used to pilot some of the activities that they are doing. And this has created really a very good innovation atmosphere where industry communities can come to JKUAT for problem solving. So we are very happy and encourage the current lot of students to join us in JKUAT. Those first years who are coming in September, you are coming to the right place because this is the university of choice and the university of a difference. Thank you very much.
I'll take that as your closing remarks. 30 seconds to talk to anyone who would want to join or graduating tomorrow in JKUAT.
Congratulations to the graduating class. You have done well and you are our ambassadors. To the ones who are coming in September, welcome to JKUAT. This is where we bring ideas to reality. To our industry partners, we are open to partner with you. We are open to continue to engage, to make our offerings in our curricula, in our research, in our innovation much better. So welcome to JKUAT.
Professor Ndiritu.
Thank you for that. Again, just some quick point. With the County of Mombasa, we are working with the County of Mombasa. We have MTCC Africa, Maritime Technology Cooperation Center, where we work with Kenya Ports Authority, Kenya Maritime Authority. And again, within the health sector, we helped the government in terms of coming up with a digital solution for managing COVID-19. To the graduates who are, to our students who are graduating tomorrow, congratulations. We believe that they have what it takes to make an impact in the industry. The ones who are coming in September, we have very vibrant programs, although quite a number of our programs are already fully subscribed, but somebody will always find space. We have professional accreditation of our program locally, and in some programs you have international accreditation. For example, Washington Accord for engineering programs. We led the country in being a signatory to the Washington Accord. Our programs are very instrumental with that, and also Commonwealth Association of Architects for architectural programs.
Yes.
Thank you.
Asante sana. That is Professor Hiram Ndiritu, who is a principal, College of Engineering and Technology, as well as Dr. Rehema Denda, lecturer, Department of Mechatronic Engineering, and Professor Sila Daniel, who is a principal, College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, speaking to us about how JKUAT is bridging higher education and market demands.